the iPhone 18 Pro camera sensors are expected to be built in the USA. At least part of the camera sensors for the iPhone 18 Pro are poised to be built in the USA at a Samsung plant in Austin, Texas. Production of upgraded picture sensors for Apple is scheduled to begin sometime around March, hinting that they will be headed for the iPhone 18 Pro. The Samsung plant in Austin is not new, but it has not previously created camera sensors. A new story in the Alex states that the corporation is ready to establish production facilities for iPhone picture sensors. Samsung is anticipated to build production equipment at its fab in Austin, Texas, for the fabrication of CMOS image sensors that will be provided to Apple for iPhones. Last week, the South Korean tech behemoth put out job advertising for mechanical and electrical project managers to work on hookup at the fab. The study describes wafer-to-wafer hybrid bonding, where 3 wafers are stacked, which is consistent with past claims on a 3-layer stacked camera sensor. This is supposed to be the advanced technology Samsung used to gain at least some of Apple's photo sensor market. Apple has historically acquired them exclusively from Sony. A stacked sensor is where the processing electronics are placed directly to the back of the sensor, and a 3-layer version would have more of the circuitry linked to the sensor, which should result in increased signal processing speeds. This would increase the responsiveness of the camera. Stacked sensors also have the ability to reduce some sources of noise, enhancing image quality. Given the advanced nature of the sensor and the rumored timeframes, this would suggest that it will initially emerge in the 2 iPhone 18 Pro variants. The base model iPhone 18 is slated to ship in the spring, thus production of this sensor would be too late for that. It's possible that Apple would in any case want to launch the most sophisticated sensor in the Pro versions first. If you followed iPhone rumors for years, you'll be used to skimming this part. For numbered iPhones I, not the SE or E models, Apple has only unveiled them in September for nearly a decade, excluding 2020 when, in the middle of COVID supply chain troubles, the announcement was pushed back to October. And yet the iPhone 18 may see a little shakeup to this same pattern. According to ET News, Apple plans to release the Pro versions and iPhone Fold in September 2026, but hold back the basic model until a spring 2027 debut alongside the iPhone 18e. Presumably, the objective is to force more people into purchasing the Pro models, although it's surely a gamble given the continued popularity of the basic model. At this moment, it's not apparent where the next edition of the iPhone Air fits in all of this. Pricing is absolutely up in the air too. Despite worries about the impact of tariffs upon pricing, the base iPhone 17 retained the same $799 price point as the iPhone 16, while the Pro model only gained $100 to start at $1,099, which was unusual, given the iPhone 17 Pro Max was steady at $1,199. It seems likely that the Pro model will stay the same, rather than Apple doing back-to-back price rises. Whether the normal model will be able to sustain that comparatively cheap pricing with a spring 2027 debut date remains to be seen. A lot can happen in that period. That said, there may be some noticeable modifications from the front. Earlier this year, the leaker Digital Chat Station stated that the Smart Face ID technology required for Face Unlock would be buried beneath the screen, avoiding the need for the notch or dynamic island. The front-facing camera would be shrunk to a single hole punch in the top left corner, according to the information. But then another Weibo leaker, Instant Digital, indicated that Face ID will actually merely be going smaller, a slightly narrower pill, in the leaker's words. The iPhone 18 series is just a bit narrower pill, the leaker claims. It does not have a single camera. It does not feature underscreen Face ID or an underscreen camera, he continued. Digital Chat Station doesn't seem to have withdrawn from this, however, noting that new HIAA, Hole Inactive Area, technology is being explored on the front-facing camera that might lead to a more compact design. No mention of Face ID this time, so file the fate of Dynamic Island under uncertain for the time being. Finally, it seems that Apple may be continuing its experiment with bright new colors, as the iPhone 17 Pro devices emerged with an eye-catching orange option. The leaker Digital Chat Station says that the iPhone 18 Pro could debut in brown, purple, and burgundy, which is a deviation from the traditional silvers and blacks. Apple has employed 3-nanometer chips in its flagship smartphones since the introduction of the A17 chipset with the iPhone 15 Pro, but it looks like the company will make the leap to 2N chips with the iPhone 18's A20. The benefits of a smaller chip are enormous. A 2-nanometer device packs more transistors into a smaller space, enhancing performance while reducing power consumption, which can have a huge influence on battery life. Based on recent generational increases, we could be looking at a processor that's 15% faster and 30% more efficient than the A19. It's worth noting that the analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes this will be reserved for the Pro models to save on expenses, but if it does reach the normal models, that may herald a major increase for Apple Intelligence, as the rumor indicates 12 gigs RAM within the CPUs. Currently, the iPhone 17 is restricted to 8 gigs. It's early days for iPhone 18 speculations, and there are still an awful lot of spaces to fill. All the same, there are legitimate causes for excitement. The change to 2-nanometer CPUs might bring a major gain to performance and battery life, while the introduction of a variable aperture on the Pro models could be a big boon for photographers. The expected move of the basic iPhone 18 into 2027 is a gamble, however. If Apple is only offering phones that cost over $1,000 in September, and possibly as much as $2,000 for its first foldable, then an awful lot of potential purchasers are going to be priced out of their typical upgrade route. With the gap between basic and Pro iPhones diminishing in recent years, it will be intriguing to see what kind of features Apple will be employing to attract customers who would ordinarily pick the cheaper model. We'll know more over the following months as the various models take shape. So, that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Peace out.